I'd just film a quick little video on a subject that has come into my mind today as I was filming another video for you, the video on self-love, motivation and a pick-me-up juice recipe. And I was finding it difficult to find motivation this morning, and lots of other times. Motivation can be hard to find, and it's something that a lot of people ask me about. You know, when I've shared on Instagram that I sometimes wake up at 5:30 to go look at the sunset or something, I have been asked a number of times, how do I find the motivation to get up so early? Motivation presents itself in all aspects of our life, and it can be something that some people find really hard to find or to create. And that's why I'm here today, because the idea popped up in my head as I was washing dishes. As I realized that washing the dishes has actually been a key part in me learning how to find motivation and create motivation to do things that I don't necessarily want to do. And I'd frequently just walk up to the sink and go, oh, it's okay, I'll do it later. And I would find it very hard to find the motivation to just get it done. So soon after some words from my mother, who wasn't exactly happy with me leaving the dishes, which is so understandable, I get it now, Mum, I get it now. I started to realize that little things, like learning to just motivate yourself to just do the dishes, to get stuff done around the house, even if you don't want to do it or you don't love to do it, and learning how to motivate yourself to follow your dreams, to do really big things, or to study, or to, you know, just do the things you need to do in life. That's a really important lesson to learn, and it can start with learning to motivate yourself to just do chores when they need to be done. So I began to do some things in order to try and learn how to motivate myself to do things throughout my life. And so today I sat down and wrote a list of 5 things that I think I have begun to both consciously and subconsciously do in order to do that, in order to be motivated, in order to motivate myself, or as Elise from Raw Alignment might say, I've been learning intrinsic motivation, motivation that comes from within. And the first step that I thought of was this: don't act on impulse. A lot of the time, especially with, you know, things that we need to do but we don't really want to do, like chores or homework or studying, we easily act on impulse. I'll give you 2 examples. You walk up to the sink, you see the sink full of dishes and you go, oh, it's okay, I'll do it later, and you just walk away immediately. Or you pick up your books in order to go and study for a while, and then you realize, oh, I need to eat, and you immediately act on that impulse, like, oh, I need to do this, and you put your books down, you go do that, and you've just avoided studying. In both of these examples, you've completely acted on impulse. In other words, you have not been able to exactly motivate yourself to do it. So that's why I'm saying step 1 should be, don't act on impulse. Instead, give yourself time to think. With books in hand, say, do I really need to spend 5 hours creating an entire meal in order to make sure I've got enough food while I study? You kind of allow yourself to question it, and you allow the logical side of things to come in, and you give yourself time to think and possibly change your mind about the thing that you're not motivated to do. And that's where step 2 comes in. Listen to the voice in your head. And that voice is the little voice in the back of your head that says, maybe you've just eaten and you don't need more food and therefore you can go study right now. It's that little voice that comes in every now and again and just tries to gently prod you into doing the thing that you don't want to do. So what I'm saying is listen to that voice in your head. That time that you give yourself to breathe in step 1, that's when you allow the voice to come in and you listen to it and you understand that it is the logical side of things that you should listen to. When I step up to the sink and the dishes present themselves at me and my immediate impulse is to turn my face away and pretend that they are not there, I give myself time to breathe and I allow the voice to come in that says, it'll just take a minute, just get it done. And then I do it. I realize that it's really not that hard and I just get it done. Step 3 is to make productivity a habit. This is something that I've tried to incorporate in my life because I think it's very important. Habits are important. Good habits are important. And they're important to create and to withhold. So I've tried to create healthy habits in my life that only support motivation. Little things like just keeping your room tidy. So not letting it get to the point where it looks like a bomb has gone off and then it will require like an hour or 2 hours to clean the whole thing, and actually makes it harder the longer you put it off. So doing things like just at the end of each day, or just making sure things are kind of tidy. You make your bed in the morning. When you're finished wearing something, you either put it in the wash or you put it in your cupboard, and you make it a habit to have a clean room so that it doesn't get to the point where you have such a messy room that you just want to pretend it's not there. And also do things whenever you see they need doing. If you're walking around the house and you see things that need to be done, just get them done. Make it a habit to do it rather than ignore it. To become a habitual person, you need to make a habit of things. So by doing little things like keeping your room tidy and, just doing chores that really aren't that hard, you are creating healthy habits that end up making it easier in the long run to motivate yourself, because there aren't big jobs that need to be done. They're kind of just making productivity a habit. Step 4 is to make things fun, or to see the fun in things. And something that I've actually subconsciously incorporated into a lot of aspects of my life where I've got to do something but I'm really not enjoying it that much. So if I've got to tidy my room or clean my room, which I actually kind of enjoy, I always put on music and I'm kind of like just dancing around the room, getting things done, singing along, and I make it fun. I make something that could be boring into a fun kind of experience. And music is actually helpful for a lot of things. If you've got to study, put in some earphones and make it a much more enjoyable experience by adding music to it. Or if you have to cook your own meal but you don't really like cooking, then play some music, make it a fun time. Music is actually a big key in this step. Anything that you don't really enjoy that much but you've got to do, if possible, try and add music to it. It always kind of adds an element of fun and enjoyment to whatever you need to do. It's also about just seeing the fun in things. Deliberately find... My mum's having a shower and she's like right on the other side of this wall, and I'm hoping you can't hear it, but I can. It's really loud, the sound of the water going through the walls. Anyway, deliberately try and find the joy, the happiness, the good things about a situation that you may not like. Actively seek it out, because it might not always find you, but you can always find it. Step 5 is to remember how good it feels when you get shit done. Remember how good it feels to motivate yourself. Remember how good it feels after you've done it. When you've just reached step 1 and you're really not wanting to do something. Go through all the steps that I've given you, but if you can't even bring yourself to go through those steps, just skip to step 5 and remember how good it feels to just get it done. I don't know about you, but it feels good not to be lazy. It feels good to actually be of use to yourself or to other people in your own home or out in the world. And if anything, it's just a good life lesson to learn. Self-motivation is a really important tool to learn and an important tool to keep, and one that I'm still learning but I've finally begun to get a grasp of. And the way I've done that is through the steps that I've shown you today. Before I end the video, in answer to a specific question a friend asked me quite a while ago, in that how do I motivate myself to get out of bed really, really early? Give yourself a reason to get up. And it could be anything. A lot of the time for me it's the sunrise. It's the idea of being able to see the sunrise and the colours it creates. And give yourself a purpose. Find something to excite you, to motivate you, to do the things that you might find it hard to do. Something to push you into doing it. Something that gives you excitement and joy. Alright, I think that's it. I really hope these steps work for you, and as I said, if they do, please let me know down in the comments below, and if they don't, please let me know also. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe by hitting that button down below. And if you've got any questions or comments or things that you just want to say, then please leave them down in the comments section. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day or evening or night, and that you're able to motivate yourself to do whatever it is you need to do. Alright, thank you so much for watching. So much love to you guys. Bye.